Dr. Zharova, welcome to TVP World. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, today is being marked by a memorial event, a memorial service in Ukraine, and I think we've got some video of that, and I'd like to get your view on that before going into more details about what happens next. I think it should be coming up right now. Right. So there we go. There we see the event taking place, the memorial event. We see the pictures of those who were lost, and of course there were many of them, as Sally has just said, 1,400. Of course, this is an estimate, as it always is, including children and, I mean, all civilians going about their daily business. President Zelensky has vowed that this event will never be forgotten, and nor should it be. So, Doctor, tell us a little bit about what happens or what is happening at that event at the moment.
Actually, for now, this is an attempt to remember to say thank you. And actually, it is a sign of our respect to all those people who try to prevent this massacre, and our regret to those who were just killed. President Zelensky also tried to stress that we need support, that this is something that never have been happened again. And Massacre of Bucha, it's something that actually now give us a sign that this is also important part of the war, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes. I want specifically for you to address, Doctor. Last year at the event, we had representatives of foreign governments. Are you aware of any foreign governments being represented today at this event?
For now, not, but this time to this event, we're trying to, as the Ukraine government and society, to share this information and issue this movie about the Bucha that we try to represent to our United States partners to show actually that happened and show some results of crime investigations. Unfortunately, that's moving slower than we want.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I suppose part of the reason for that is that the list of war crimes is so incredibly long. I mean, this seems to be the typical tactic used by Russian forces, not only in Ukraine, but before that in other countries such as Chechnya. Tell me, what is the latest situation in terms of indicting those responsible? And here I'm including President Putin, who's already been indicted for other war crimes.
For now, that's a problem actually for all the situations that we need to document all the evidence and identify those who committed those crimes. In terms of Bucha, unfortunately, for now, we have only 10 trials. They come to the end, and that's actually not a lot, but I hope that it's a first step, and this was our lesson that we have been learned, and now we're trying to write all possible information about any crimes, actually trying to have this for the future trials and actually to show the world that what is happening, because it's really difficult to fight with the propaganda and oppose those statements that that's all our faults. That's like, we observe it for these 2 years, that every time that something happened, actually Ukraine is accused that it's our fault, that something happened. So that now we're developing these procedures how to fix all these crimes and make it not only our pain, but also evidence for future reparation and for future justice for our
Indeed.
victims.
Are you getting any support from international bodies such as the United Nations or the International Criminal Court?
Of course, they help us with methodological support, how to do it correctly. But the problem actually is that it's like we understand that safety of people, that's the priority. That means that we try to develop all these procedures to keep people safe and then do any steps to fix the situation. And it's not only about these crimes against the humanity, but also those connected with environmental aspects that it's also need to be documented and fixed properly.
Now, having done this documentation, or you're in the process of doing this documentation, can you be a bit more specific about the crimes that were committed?
If we're talking in Bucha, for now, again, we have identified about 100 people who committed the crimes and trying to start trials in the court and actually have some justice for our victims. If we're talking about events connected with environmental impact, like Kakhovka Dam, here, unfortunately, we only try to fix the situation. We are not going for nowadays in the trial with asking for some support for and assessment about the reparations.
Understood. Now, the people that have been left behind, and of course it's always worst for them, what has been done to rehabilitate them, to help them get back to, I suppose, what could be called a normal life?
We have now support for those who want to come back to the city. We have a special program in India where you can have a claim for some support to rebuild the house. And also we have services that help people to recover from this psychological part. And also a lot have been done from the mayor and city of Bucha. That's some attempt to come to the ordinary life, that it's really important. And now they try to rebuild the Bucha, open the new shopping mall, and have some events, some meeting for people, not like talking about the previous crimes, but just continue to live in peace way, if we can say so.
Understood. And I mean, of course, we know that there is an enormous infrastructure of social support, psychological support for victims of the war. Who's involved with that? Are there international bodies involved with that as well, or is it purely Ukrainian? And how does that work, Doctor?
For now, we have enormous support also from United Nations. They have a lot of meetings at infrastructural support. They organize meetings. They also supply us with possible solutions, and also Ukraine have possibility to receive money for some grants for supporting victims or organizing some meetings, some rehabilitation. And here we have wide possibilities where we can ask for this support. And actually, what is more important is that international organizations, including the United Nations, actually support us with some methodological recommendations that based actually on previous massacres and war. So how to organize it? It's more efficient way actually. Not to
Understood.
invade bicycle for us.
Understood. Well, of course, that is extremely helpful. Now, sad to say, this situation that happened in Bucha has been repeated elsewhere in Ukraine, and we understand that it continues in the occupied parts of Ukraine. What can you tell me about those other areas where you can still access people and help them?
Actually, for now, we have some recommendation, and actually, people, it's sad to say, more ready to such a consequences, because Bucha was something that we not expected at all, and it was sudden. And now people who are living on these territories which occupies, they have access to information how to behave themselves to stay safe. What are our possibilities, for example, to move to another parts of the country? What the protocol of behavior to stay safe?
Understood.
And of course,
unfortunately, the clock is against us, Doctor. But before you go, just very quickly, if you would. If somebody wants to volunteer to support this recovery process, what can they do? How can they contact someone?
Actually, it's possible to contact local governments, and they help with any information. If you can find the NGOs and also join them. And also there are a lot of information about different groups who support the people, and this information in Ukrainian society are spreadly known and well known, and it's not problem to find your place in this web of help for those who need it.
Understood. Doctor, thank you very much indeed, and I wish you a happy Easter Sunday. Have a good day.
Thanks. Likewise.